Yay for
the
some of y'all.
unenviable prize, Mox, of going up against NB
No
in
Mantis
our
ban?
winners finals.
You know, that's actually a really good one I didn't see. I don't know if these teams
Let's
play
get into it.
Mantis. We're about to see.
He's going to be rolling out on something, trying to stop a dive, anticipating
no
a
team's playing
Panther
Mantis
pick
right now.
potentially from Ground Zero. But no, Ground Zero really want to play off of the Wolverine and Phoenix. The Primal Flame team up is going to be there. So Phoenix Warriors up for the Wolverine, which means that we
chat,
get
let's see this.
lifesteal on a lot of the
I
damages
predict
that have
that
been
this
done.
tournament,
100
for this
Thieves
match, it's going to
rolling
be
out the Emma and that Magneto lineup with
100 Thieves.
to try and keep the pressure up
I think it's going to be a sweep.
Yeah, not going to be too many players who are particularly scared of the Wolverine as well. There's great sustainability from both TTK and Vinny versus the auspices of the Wolverine. Already a huge exchange of fire. TERRA is going to be teleporting away from most of their team, but it seems like the rest of 100 Thieves are more than happy to try and catch up with their carry for now. TTK blasted on back, and some group walls are erected. FMCL wraps down the back, grabs TERRA.
There goes TERRA. TERRA's dead. TERRA's dead.
Escape might well be off the
Wait,
cards.
there's no way TERRA actually lived that. That's wild.
What a little bit of a flub there from Ground Zero. That should have been an easy frag to pick up, as it's going to be 100 Thieves claiming the first point for free as well.
Yeah, TERRA is able to utilize that illusion and just get out of dodge. Unfortunately, can't dodge that one. And that is going to be Ground Zero starting to get a couple more players. 100 Thieves going to invest God of Mischief onto all of that support.
I mean, it's really good for 100 Thieves. They have the point.
Ground Zero think that they can win this. They try to go
and they're getting a lot of ults out from GZ.
Ultimate, but it's not going to be enough to find the picks until now.
Oh, that's a big strangling prison though. Catches Harvey in a bad location.
Wait, TTK got two. Oh, he went down though.
Damage too, but Ground Zero in the end with their. Was that a TP back from Vinny? They're not going to go through that. Already the point has been flipped. That's going to be off the cards. Vinny's actually coming on out of it.
Wait. They just said they weren't going to go through that portal, and they just actually did.
The Phoenix Delana has to dodge away to stop the Meteor M from impacting Millennia. Not going to be quite so lucky. Harvey with an extra 400 Thieves once again, all out of heals. They're running on borrowed time and borrowed health, but doesn't dissuade Delana. King Bob's already been taken down.
Wait, Delana. Okay.
Pulled by FMCL, and the damage is done. The heals are stolen away, and that's going to be Ground Zero. Just about holding strong. TERRA still exchanging fire.
I mean, 100 Thieves, they want
to
try and take this a little bit faster.
This is actually really
good. On the point, two strategists. They're
both teams are staggering back to point right now. TERRA's on point. He's trying to cap it, but don't think they're going to be able. They're going to be able to cap with the Venom point.
I mean, for now, all they need to do is lose slowly, while the remainder of Ground Zero come on back. Lots of damage being done to the Vanguard. Zenstarry sits up top as Duep finds himself bullied off the point temporarily. TTK halfway towards a fully charged beam, and already regeneration domains have been brought on out. Sonic Seduction ready to go for TTK. Looks to grab a Sentience, can't find it. That's a quick answer coming through from the side of Matty. Uses the fate of both worlds to give plenty of sustainability, even when those lives and those minds have been
what a combo!
I
actually never, I don't think I've ever seen that combo. What a combo! Mag ult and the Phoenix ult. That will literally kill anything, bro. That, if you're not going to die by one, you're going to die by the other. I think it's a little overkill, but they won't have team fight.
Phoenix ultimate. They don't have the Luna to be able to bolster it. Might be a combined of Duep's Meteor and hit though, but that means that Millennia gets a second lease of life when it comes to the Eternal Bond. Harvey too can go for the copy. 100 Thieves is so much
100 Thieves wasted a lot. I don't think they wasted a lot. They still have 3 ults, and they're almost stacked. And TTK and TERRA are over half.
Strangling Prison is available is the question. I believe Harvey's just used their God of Mischief, and so Ground Zero, they might just give away a little bit of a
nice pick from Delana.
Yeah, I mean, that God of Mischief, I don't believe was used, as Harvey has not actually hit the Eternal Bond yet.
Why did the wolf fall off the map? I'm pretty sure he jumped off the map, so he didn't stagger or like fetal charge.
And it was a fate of both worlds, so that you can have both the damage and as well as the just mobility to
Oh my god, bro. They pushed so far forward, Zenstarry, Groot ulted them, and then Duet, LeBron James dunked on them. 3! I'm pretty sure he got 3 there. And what's also really wild is that 100 Thieves doesn't even have the point. Oh, they portal back. Oh no, this is not looking good. They got a pick though. How is TTK allowed to play on controller?
already taken down Vinny. Damage
because
taken.
he plays the
Sparks
game
are
on
building
controller.
on the other side. Melania is going to catch himself on the other side of a portal, and actually has been taken over there by FMCL. They're going to be left as a pair, and that might allow for a quick escape of the cloak and dagger. 100 Thieves should be able to sort this one out. 100 Thieves invest their ultimates.
Okay, I'm actually really impressed 100 Thieves won that fight back. It's really bad that they C9'd the point, though. If they didn't give up the point, that would have been the first round for them.
100 Thieves have given themselves a second lease of life, but it cost them a lot of their ultimates to be able to do so. King Bob does have that invis boundary, but Ground Zero need access to the point for it to properly come into play.
All right, Vinny with the Meteor M. Going to be something that needs to be worried about here if MCL had no
last fight, chat.
No
last fight.
And TERRA's more than keen to take it. Zen Starry stands upon the periphery and now can act a lot more freely inside the invisible boundary. And we see that Harvey's already invested those uses of the regeneration domain. And now it's Harvey's turn to use the fate of both worlds, and the Eternal Bond comes through as well.
Oh, that's actually a huge pick on Duep too. No, that 100 Thieves takes the first round. Wow. Okay.
MCL coming back on the last
I am going to be completely honest with you guys. I thought this was going to be a steamroll, but the fact that GZ got this close,
Harvey gets the
I think we might be in.
So he can use that Eternal Bond.
I think we might be in for a ride, chat.
Boundary hit through with a Terra Cape too, so that Ground Zero, all of that healing is just cut almost in half to the 28% vulnerability, and they fall 1 by 1. With Vinny still not even needing to utilize the Meteor M, which means a little bit of poke pressure, and TERRA will be able to go for the combo once more.
Red Tile looks good on that remix. They're very well themed back there for the 100 Thieves. And now, going to take ourselves over to Warrior Falls. This is an area where we can get a lot of value out of a Jeff. Kimbob hovering it for now, but of course this might just be min-maxing with the
speed. I think it's just because he used his ultimate in the last fight, so this is likely just going to be a min-max to get everyone out of spawn a little bit faster. They do have an Eye of Agamotto to try and take advantage of the fact that both Harvey and Melania burned their ultimates. TTK now on that Emma can potentially come on through. Rain on the parade of the Doctor Strange with the Carbon Crush.
TERRA's already got their ultimate ready as well. Could be combined with Vinny, we've seen it before. And it has been bloody deadly when they have brought it forward. FMCL moving forward. Feral Leap grabs.
I think the Wolverine's going to be a big problem.
A metallic bulwark onto himself to try and survive. An appeal comes through from the Psylocke, utilizing that dance of the butterflies down on top of the shield. It's an easy block for Zin. Starry and TERRA not going to be quite so lucky despite the big investment. It's going to be a big crush of the Warrior Falls to try and cut off 100 Thieves from the first point. It's going to be quite the early cap here from the side of Ground Zero. Zin Starry moves towards the back. A double stun onto the back line. The strategists find their souls separated from their bodies, and their corporealities are sent back to spawn.
What just happened? We were watching the people
able to live that if Melania hadn't been caught by that Sonic seduction, but like you said, it's immediately onto the backline. There's no buffer, there's no opportunity for the Eternal Bond to come in through and with the CC immunity save Melania's life in 100 Thieves fight. And now they have to come back in, play to that retake, which means they have to clear out the Wolverine. Otherwise, they risk going into a last stand where they don't know where it's being played from.
Yeah, you got to check those corners. There's going to need to be a chance to build up some rage as well to maximize the damage from that one. You can see that Nami is making sure that TERRA's approach is going to be very well checked. Vinny already taking a bunch of damage on the approach here. There's a final stand somewhere, but FMCL doesn't seem to have delivered any final frags off the back of it. The final hits aren't there, but Nami certainly ready to build up the damage. Takes to the skies, a nice
this is a good spot
where they are going to be laying down their talons, and that's going to be very aggressive.
Ooh, Delena won the 1v1 on the high ground. That's huge. I was about to say, there's no way they're going to leave him on the high ground uncontested, right?
Is to keep this point contested. FMCL has fallen down elsewhere, and there's going to be much less luck from the side of a Doctor Strange.
Yeah, 100 Thieves
you can't even see Delena. Delena has his monitor just blocking him.
Can build up their own resources and meet them in the middle on the point to stall out that percentage even further. They will be able to find the flip too, so Ground Zero aren't even going to be committing any of these ultimates to try and stall it a little bit longer, and it's going to be FMCL now swapping off of the Wolverine onto the Psylocke of their own.
Oh, this push is so brutal against TERRA's aim as well, building up those sparks so quickly and, of course, spreading them around to all of those other players. Already, though, a lot of space has been given away by 100 Thieves. Maybe trying to bait in Ground Zero to try and catch them on the way forward. The fate of both worlds on the way by the Loki. Attempt to combine all of this damage. A mid-air potentially onto
Jay,
TERRA.
are you sick?
There is going to be the final hit coming through from Nami, but 2 ultimates for 1 frag might be less than economical. Wrapping around that, the back. Delena finds no one inside their dance of the butterflies, and as they come in together, deliver. That's going to be Zenstari getting the stun here onto Melania, finding it afterwards with the Dark Maelstrom. Releases Dark Energy built on up. Ground Zero have already flipped the point
a really
around,
close
so the
match.
staggers
Wow.
are just
This is a really
gravy.
FMCL is a really
Ground
good
Zero
fucking player.
in control.
Yeah, it was
Never
a worse deal, though.
didn't
It
even know
wasn't
who this
2 for
person
1,
was
it was
until
3
this
for 1, as Maggie
tournament.
had burned the
This
Luna
guy's
ult
cracked.
too to give both the Magneto
Chat,
and
does
the
anyone know
Phoenix
what
that
other
damage
games
boost.
FMCL
It has
played?
won them this point, though, and now FMCL with the Dance of the
Am I
Butterflies is
wrong
gonna
to
force
assume that there's
100
an
Thieves'
unfair
hands.
advantage for controller players on
Melania has to
PC?
utilize
Brother,
some
when
of
you
these
when you
dashes,
plug
not
in
just
a
to keep everyone
controller
healed up
on
for the
PC,
Psylocke,
you
but
don't get
also
aim
get
assist.
onto the objective because this is final fight
I'm pretty
territory,
sure.
and 100 Thieves have to have a body on point, otherwise we go for a round.
FMCL already cooking, has forced out a regeneration domain, now maybe trying to go after TERRA up on the high ground. Nami seems to have eyes on this already. The Phoenix managed to strike.
Nice,
Taylor
nice,
already takes that one. The strategist
nice.
kicked off the map, but yeah, there'll be a cloak of levitation
Oh,
to try and
TTK
drag them back, but
kicked
all
them
that
off
is
the
a
map.
gift
He
of
gave, oh, that was
into the
nice. That was a
hands
nice
of
play by
Emma,
him.
who digs in her claws and claims the body of Doctor Strange.
It's a fast reset, though, for Ground Zero. They didn't burn a singular ultimate, and they forced 100 Thieves to burn 2 of their own. Harvey is going to have that Loki God of Mischief in a matter of moments, but FMC on the Psylocke can get into position. They don't need to poke, they don't need to contribute damage. The more damage that they
The only
do,
bad
the
thing
closer
I can
Harvey
think
gets to
of is
having
that
that
100
ultimate.
Thieves
It's a
just
matter
use the
of
support
keeping
ult.
a
They're
track
coming
of
up
where
on
the Solo's
Harvey's,
going to show
but
up from instead.
GZ has both support ults right around the corner.
For the side of Ground
They
Zero,
have more ults in
plenty
general,
of ticks
but-
up in their armory to try and work with FMCL. Claims the high ground. Melania for now just healing away with those light force daggers. You can see all of the damage coming in from the Phoenix already, forcing to move forward. Now it's down to Nami to come on through a double strike,
they were trying to
maybe
combo,
onto
but they missed their
TTK.
combo.
They
That's
overwhelmed
huge.
The Emma Frost of a metallic curtain blocks out the return of the Meteor M from the other side. FMCL can't deliver enough damage, but now up close and personal to these strategists. There's going to be some stuns coming through. Yes, onto Harvey.
Oh no, bro,
GZ!
GZ!
As they claim themselves potentially this first fight here. TTK falling first. Means a portal comes on back, escapes out of the LOS of most of Ground
TTK
Zero.
with the portal?
There's actually a little bit
They
of
have
a
to stay
body
on
block
point,
coming
though.
through.
They have to
There's
stay.
no re-engage permitted after a kowtow and move back to the spawn.
It's not just stars in the eyes, it's the Eye of Agamotto that Zenstar is able to utilize. Catches onto 2 key players on the 100 Thieves, and they confirm the picks onto them as well. So by the time that Eye is done, Ground Zero just have the better numbers on the point when it turns into the brawl situation and can overwhelm the 100 Thieves' presence. Delana is going to be starting with the Dance of the
This is a
Butterflies,
close game.
however, Ground Zero are going to be starting
This is
a
a
leg
close
up
game
in terms of
so
defensive.
far.
They've got both of their strategists. And
Chat, who do you guys think
Ice
takes the
Guy,
last
Black
map?
Panther coming on through with FMCL going to be taking full
Who do you guys think
advantage
takes
in
the last
all of
map?
flank
Ground Zero or
rotations.
100
Very
100
cramped
Thieves?
up spaces that 100 Thieves might be trying to hide their backline upon.
Yeah, visiting his sister of Shuri here, T'Challa, certainly
I guess
enjoys
these.
the Imperial Institute of Science. One of the prime prowling grounds of Black Panther in this game, and double strategist ultimately going to be available for GZ as they roll through.
Yeah, I mean, especially against the Loki too, you get so many confirms of Vibranium marks where you're going to be able to get a whole lot of spinning kicks as well. Lots of refreshes and lots of time to build up those ultimates, as we're going to see a Doctor Strange portal. Not yet committed, just used to be scouting right now. 100 Thieves wraparound rotation before there goes into the spear toss. Who's the target of choice? Regeneration domain came out, and it's actually Zenstar who gets picked instead.
Yeah, instantly grabbed, I think, by a Carbon Crush. Oh, that's going to be Batty investing the ultimate without their Doctor Strange in tow. There's going to be a little bit of a desperate dash here for Ground Zero to move on forward. They're trying to damage boost the Black Panther on the engagement, force out the regeneration domain, which is, yes, a valuable point to have taken away. But TERRA now forces out the Black Panther. They've lost
The Black
US
Panther
as well.
pick is
There's
actually
already
very
a
interesting.
Here for Ground Zero to hide behind.
They're running a MOBA.
And deliver. And when you
Ooh.
deliver to TERRA, you know that he's got $200 of chicken wings.
Yeah, 100 Thieves going to be able to lay claim to that point first, and that's going to make the Panther a little bit more problematic to be able to run. But this close to Bass Descent, we're likely going to be seeing it continue, at least into this next fight. King Bob's also gonna
Chat,
have that
100
invisible boundary,
Thieves
but
have
as we
all
talked
6
about it, 100
ults. Now,
Thieves
hopefully they
pressure
don't
the
all
Invest
blow
to
it
use
for
the ultimate off
one
of the
fight.
objective. Ground Zero are forced to fight there instead.
All right, having to walk up slowly now, and that means that they can't pay that much attention to the flank where Psylocke is currently hiding out. Delana has themselves the ultimate, but so too the remainder of 100 Thieves. For Ground Zero, they've got to try and force some of these ones out. They need an economic push here. Zenstar is still going to be sticking around on the Doctor Strange. Sentient seized, 100% charge for the Emma Beam and the Sonic Seduction as well. To full disengage coming through from Ground Zero as they try and get themselves out of the range of the Emma. Up to the sky goes the Phoenix. Nami Nami ready to land on down. All in onto the Cloak and Dagger, and 100 Thieves have simply exploded, arrested for their crimes, and Phoenix Wright cries for justice as it's going to be Black Panther chasing down TERRA right here, up close and personal, doesn't really have the cooldown to try and make this one work. A Vibranium Spear goes awry.
Oh no, this is the last matches.
Oh my goodness, Ground Zero. Again, they time Magneto with Meteor M, Phoenix Ultimate, and also Blast Descent all at the same time, so it has the damage to burst through the Eternal Bond that Melania provided 100 Thieves. Selena tried to turn it around down to the Butterflies, but all that means is that the next ultimate is delayed when it comes through to 100 Thieves side. Out comes the Venom, Benny going in aggressively. Zensari trying to come through with the Eye of Agamotto, and FMCL has all of the follow-up needed.
A grab of Zensari shut down the ultimate, but still Maddie's keeping everyone sustained here with the fate of both worlds. A quick disengagement for Ground Zero as they wish to play on the point instead. A damage boost given means Vinny can't stand up to the damage, and now it's time for Zensari to roll on forward. Daggers of the next strike paid her as a spinning kick tears through 100 Thieves. Almost 50% here for Ground
I think the 100
Zero.
Thieves problem is that I don't think it's just 100 Thieves in general. There's a lot of teams that just give up the point, and
Duep's got another Meteor M. He's going to be
I feel like they should
holding
just
it, waiting
not
for
give up the
Nami
point
to
that
build
easily.
up to that Phoenix.
I don't know, man. Listen, I'm not the pro. I'm just a washed up, balding, short streamer, chat. Can I get a true?
They're not going to be allowing Vinny free passage into the backline this time around, just they have no Eye of Agamotto to peel it.
Almost here with the Eternal Bond. Melania just needs to get out a little bit more generic healing to try and make that one work. If MCL's cooking around the back, a well-placed Vibranium Spear here could be absolute terror for the backline. 2 players marked. That's going to be yet another moving forward. Thinking about escape here into the invisible boundary. Indeed, it's going to be a brand new angle assumed by FMCL. TERRA's going to go towards the back.
He hit two people. That is big.
From Nami. An unbelievable play from a Gene Gray.
GZ might take the first map.
Scuppered, scared, and intimidated. Up in the sky, TERRA stands T-posing above them, but it's going to be T-pose error. It's just an error itself. 400 HP doesn't last for a second.
No, I don't think 100 Thieves gets this, chat.
Cowering down underground.
I don't think 100 Thieves gets this.
Exchange of healing, but still Vinny's ready to try and turn it around. Duet the Dunkmasters arrive just in time as the Eternal Bond will rescue 100 Thieves from a hole they have found
There's no way.
within.
There's no way they're keeping.
Oh my goodness, Ground Zero, they are starting to lose players. 100 Thieves coming on through with the strength.
What? They managed to fucking take that fight. Oh my god, there's no way, bro. Everything was looking in favor for GZ, and 100 Thieves just took it back. There's no way.
So now they're going to be coming on through with a portal, just directly trying to find a pick onto an unsuspecting player from Thieves. FMCL already in position on
that Cloak and Dagger on points. They keep them
it's all going to come down to this fight if it lasts very long, and you know that with Harvey already investing, this one is going to last quite long indeed towards the back. Then you're going to move on back to try and get a little bit of healing delivered. That's going to be the fate of both worlds decided right now. Damage boost onto a Trembling before Blast, but elsewhere Zensari's already fallen. Territory
it's an even fight though, chat. 5v5.
Need to be avoided outside of the invisible boundary.
Oh my god, TTK! TTK! It's our boy, TTK!
Expands across to the Empire of Wakanda.
There is no way, bro. I thought the first map was going to go to GZ. There is no way that portal to come back to the point, the Cloak and Dagger ult to keep everyone alive. There's no way they brought that back. That is wild. That is wild. I can't breathe. The whole family's here again. That's wild. Jay, my team is washed. There's no way, bro. They're a good team. I need to know how they lost that map.
It looked a little bit rough.
I need to know
at the beginning of the round, especially when that Black Panther was really popping
how
up,
they lost that map, because everything was in
ultimates that they
GZ's
had to
favor, chat.
contribute in some of those fights, just to be able to confirm those picks as quickly as they did in the face of the sustain that Loki and Cloak and Dagger as a
That is wild.
Really came back to haunt them in terms of ultimate economy.
Oh my god, yeah. TTK, you know what? I feel like TTK is like my little brother that I never had. I'm telling you, I just want to pick him up by his cheeks
can
and
take
just
up to,
like,
what, 240 damage if it hits
like
them
you,
both.
like a
Doesn't have
grandma,
damage drop off,
you
so
know, like a
can keep
grandma
that
would come
metaphor.
over, pinch his
Yeah,
cheeks,
that
and just
Black Panther might have had 9 lives, but he is not
Only
going
one
to be
mattered.
able to live any longer in the face of
little
all of
brother
that
who's better
incoming
than you.
damage.
Whoa,
But still,
whoa,
a
okay. First
very
of all,
close
he's not better
series.
than
And I
Chet.
think if you
Listen.
really are like
Second of
looking
all, I have
at
better
Ground
hair.
Zero as a team, you can't really call them underdogs in this match
Yeah.
any
Third of
further
all,
because they
I think
were
I'm taller than him.
incredibly strong on all 3 submaps of Burn and T'Challa.
Yeah, definitely putting up a fight here against 100 Thieves, but in the end, Old Reliable won out there. Harvey just being that backline, knowing that if I use my God of Mischief now, we are forcing this fight to
Wait,
be the
am I
last
taller than
fight
him?
of the game because they came. I'm surprised
I better be.
they engaged with their portal. I don't think
I don't
they
think
were
you're
gonna
taller
be
than
taxed
him,
that much
Jay.
on the entry, honestly,
How
and it
tall?
gave
How
them no
tall?
chance to
I'm not
recontest
gonna
when
say his name.
someone
How
fell.
tall is
Of course, you wouldn't be
TTK?
able to emergency swap over to the Doctor Strange because Zenstar is already playing it, which is one of the weaknesses of playing Doctor
Because
Strange.
I'm 5'7",
I
5'8"
think
with
that's part of the nerve
shoes.
of playing Invisible Woman, though.
Yeah.
Is the thing, like, the slightest little bit of pressure, and if you do fold and use Invisible Boundary, you're never getting to see any actual value of it, especially when the point percentage is as close as it is. They didn't really know if they would be able to have overtime, and if you have to send the Panther to go for the tap on overtime. FMCL is like the damage dealer of their composition, right? He's the hit confirm, he's the one that finds those picks, those low HP targets. If he's sacrificed on the way in,
I forgot.
then
Oh,
they
all good, all
lose a
good.
massive
Wait,
chunk of
5'9" with
Yeah,
a
I
box.
don't know if,
Listen,
Invisible Woman's always the right choice
I
in these
told
cases.
them.
Maybe they were trying to use the.
I
false
told them,
physics
hey,
of Vinny's
you
engagement,
should get a
which I think
box
worked
and
out
meme
fairly
my
well
height,
while Maddie was
because I
channeling
think it
the
would be
Fate of
funny
both worlds
for,
that
you know,
quick
chat
damage boost.
and, you
Not
know,
just
the
that, but
audience.
Force physics against the Doctor Strange Agamotto.
They, you know they didn't want to do
It's
that
a
first.
very, very strong cooldown indeed.
the
as
producers,
Doctor
they didn't wanna-
Strange is.
they didn't wanna do the
Didn't
box.
work in that case. I think maybe they thought the invisible boundary would
They
have
didn't
been
wanna make fun of
enough
me.
to just take cover in, but it is not to be
But, like,
100
Cozy had to,
Thieves. They
like,
know exactly the parameters
tell them
of that
it's
healing,
funny,
and they have
audience will like
absolutely
it.
no qualms of
Yeah.
invading the space to make sure that they find that kill.
Yeah, it was looking good to begin with as
Nice,
well. TERRA
nice,
got picked
nice.
off by that Phoenix strike coming through from Nami, but I believe it was traded out on the other side. I think Zenstar might have been the first one to fall, and without a reliable shield in the way of that Eye of Agamotto, TTK really saw the openings. And, well, you brought up at the start of our chat here about this matchup.
Are you
how
taller
TTK
than my dad at
has
least?
been a fantastic Magneto.
Yeah, that's a
also
great
was one of the
question. I don't think
first
I've-
real standout Doctor
I don't
Strange
know.
players.
Yeah.
It's crazy when it comes to the
You're
regular
calling your
mechanics
dad
like the
short?
Daggers of the Knack and the Dark Maelstrom.
Yeah, and I mean Vinny
know.
too on the Venom, not
I'm
on the
kinda-
grid, just
I'm
being
kinda
able to
staying
go
away
in,
from people
provide a
'cause I'm
little bit of
sick.
pressure onto the
Well, that's
backline,
wild.
force Ground Zero to have
Your
to hold a
dad's
little
like
bit
literally in
closer than
chat.
they
Your
were
mom's in
comfortable
chat.
over
You're
ranks
calling
of
your
those
parents
turrets to make sure
short?
that the Venom didn't get fully
Damn.
passed. As we can have a look and see these statistics. I mean, do you want one like
TTK
Magneto?
with the
We
most
knew that he would
final
be doing
hits
the
and almost the
numbers.
most
In terms of
fucking
damage, you also
damage
have
on his
to
team.
remember
Okay,
that
chat, I gotta go
Meteor
small
M,
real quick.
when it's fully charged up,
TTK
does a
with
heck of a
17
bunch of
final
damage,
hits,
and he was finding multiple
33,000
connections
damage,
with that
almost
ultimate, so I'm not surprised
beat
that the numbers
TERRA
are that pushed
in
up.
damage.
Wow, Maddie AF sitting on 65k
TTK, bro.
That's quite impressive in its own right.
TTK.
It's so good at delivering that damage. On the other side, Harvey, all reliable, 50k on the Loki. And of course, TERRA sitting there. It was 10 final hits. Not to be outdone, Delena and TTK. Delena's really come into his own as a
Delena,
carrier
I think
over the
Delena
course
is
of
actually.
this land. Really
I think
has dug
Delena's
100
playing
thieves
much
out of
better
some
than he was
pretty,
yesterday.
unenviable situations.
Yeah,
he's locked
it is
in,
going
chat.
to be
He's locked
Harvey
in.
with the Loki coming away with the MVP, and when you immediately protect a hero, you're
Oh, I
expecting
gotta
them
pop
to
my
be
ears.
the carry of the composition, and Harvey was the carry of the composition coming on through. 31 assists, 27 total KOs, 49,000 heals, as well as an accuracy of 60%, which is incredibly high for a Loki when you remember the amount of shots that you're actually taking.
All right, let's have a look at
They
our
robbed him.
replays from Bin
Wait,
into
Harvey,
Charlotte.
you gotta give your MVP to your
your
supports,
Yeah,
but I'm
we
actually
went
really surprised
all
that
the way, essentially,
TTK didn't
for
get
a lot
MVP
of
there.
the Stellar Spaceport being that first one that we got to see as Delena comes on through with the Dance of the Butterflies. TTK just coming on
no,
through, helping
Court.
deal some of that damage. This strangling
I don't got
prison
that.
was absolutely
That slam dunk by
wild
Duet,
into the
getting
follow-up
3
slam
kills
dunk
is insane.
triple. And there's Delena able to win out that duel against the Phoenix, claiming up the high ground position to get a better angle and cut off the backline before helping out in the front.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with
Have I
Delena
played with
picking
Harvey
up the
before, chat? Do you guys
Psylocke.
know?
Isn't
I must have
generally
played
the
with him
kind of
before.
hero that you see your hit scan pick up most of the time.
yeah.
Usually your off DPS, your flex duelist is going to be the one picking up for Psylocke and playing on those off angles, but TERRA's been the one to get the Phoenix in this case rather than Delena, who usually was the Hela player, which is a little bit unconventional, but they have been doing well on their role swap.
I predicted this was going to be a 3-0.
We're absolutely disgusting.
To be honest, I think this is going to be like a 3-2. We might actually go all the way up to match 5.
They're all vulnerable and prone and can't dodge out of it. That one's mean.
Yeah,
that was a great combo as well there without...
I like how you said average
TTK
height king and then TTK sis said, oh my god, I can't even talk. TTK's sis said, no dad, you're very short.
You are a resident Doctor Strange main, yeah.
Not that I ever get to play
I'm the shortest one in my family.
Yeah,
my dad's taller than... I think
solo
I'm the same height as my dad, and my brother's taller than me.
I can dream.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate. My brother's 6 feet, 6'1" probably. What happened to me?
Snowflake me. Snowflake me, Mox.
As he tries to win the Psylocke 1v1, even when that Psylocke's gotten Emma Frost instead.
Why no Hela? The team's like
but
running Phoenix instead.
Series,
Phoenix is a much better
an
Hela.
adaptation in terms of the ban strategies to come on through. As a Ground Zero, like the Panther was really, really strong that we got to see on Intergalactic Council. I definitely think the Magneto is going to be sticking around if Ground Zero have anything to say about it. Maybe 100 Thieves decide that, okay, Duep is popping off a little bit too much, so they remove it from play themselves.
Yeah, I think that might be a good ban, especially since Magneto is a pretty strong ban anyway. Getting rid of how much damage Duep does could be... Ooh, a Rocco. Okay, this is a little bit
if didn't have passport issues, GZ would win, I think, because he has the best skin OC.
I mean, they banned TERRA's Wolverine before. I'm sure that's going to be the case again.
Is there a person named Didn't?
Early. There's a world where we could see an early protect on the Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, we're also maybe going to see a Panther ban.
True.
Because Racco, small spaces, closed up hallways, teleporters too. So Panther has a much easier time being able to sneak into the backlines and find those off-angle flank rotations.
I just saw the Box 3 tweet.
Yeah, like I've been very impressed by FMCL's Black Panther.
SJP is there.
There were a couple of fumbles there from GZ that stopped him from really being able to claim that map. But honestly, the talent that 100 Thieves bring to the table is never to be underestimated. There's a reason these guys have been the favorite for so long, and why we have so many adoring fans in chat who I'm sure are being very measured and pleasant right now.
Yeah, what's up, Burke? Sorry.
Wow, you said that with a straight face.
Yeah. What can I say? I have a resting straight face.
We're going to be getting ready to go into Araco.
Oh my god, that cat does look like TERRA.
A whole host of compositions coming on through.
Oh my god, that cat that you sent me.
Like to go for the triple Vanguard, triple Strategist, spawn hold, and the attacking team subsequently have to go for a damage bolstered composition where you're running like triple duelist, potentially even quadra duelist, and you have something like that. Moon Knight, speaking about Moon Knight,
if I ever see him and talk to him, I'm going to be like, hey, you look like this cat.
Before. Do you know what actually surprises me? They didn't take us to Spider Islands.
It is an unconventional pick. Maybe they've seen... obviously, we did see 100 Thieves play Spider Islands yesterday. I believe we did win it against OG.
Ground Zero has 9 players on their roster. Really? Wow.
That is wild. Out one of the newer maps where, admittedly, an old team.
That is actually wild. I don't think there's a team that has more players.
Luna Snow has been removed on the side of 100 Thieves, and they're going to be protecting, yet again, the Loki, given the fact that it was not instantly banned. So even if that Panther is coming into play for all the reasons that we listed on Burn into T'Challa, Harvey, I don't think is going to be sweating all that much. Yeah,
Harvey's going to be sitting pretty. Question is, are they going to allow the Cloak and Dagger to get through the ban phase yet again? Because it does seem like Melania on the Cloak and Dagger alongside Loki is a lot of sustain that's been
I think it looks like we're going to do
very well thus far. Luna Snow, of course, going to be pro gamer moved, and only Ground Zero are going to get to play that one.
Yeah, and that's going to be one-sided idle aura going out onto, I would assume it's going to be FMCL on that Black Panther, so that he can be out of his backlines LOS while still receiving support to stay in those spaces as long as he possibly can. Doctor Strange is going to get banned, as well as Emma Frost against Ground Zero. So if they start losing some of those players for a spawn hold, no one's going to be able to teleport back.
Oh, see, someone brought that up. Someone brought that up. Someone was like, why don't they just ban Doctor Strange so they can TP back? Oh, so they can't TP. Well, there you go. They actually just did that.
Captain America.
It's smart.
I feel like I don't remember standout performances on the Captain America from Vinny and TTK, but I'm
so the only team that can teleport now is 100 Thieves.
Right now, seems unperturbed. Is just going to be able to sit on the Phoenix and enjoy the long corridors that Araco has to offer.
I'm very surprised that both teams get the Magneto as
Yes.
well through, and we will
This
be
is
seeing
the
that combined with the Phoenix to have
Araka,
even
right?
more deadly accuracy of those ultimates.
If I had to pick a favorite map, this would probably be my favorite map.
Interesting Arako, where Ground Zero, they definitely have a game plan. It feels like 100 Thieves, it's the reaction check time. Can you react to a Black Panther pick, or like Reddit, are we going to complain that playing against that hero is next to impossible?
That's an upvote from me, Mox. Maddie just looks in through the spawn door and then moves away. Ground Zero going to be holding up
Okay,
nice,
chat.
close and personal.
Let's see this.
Is the standard here for Araka. They are going to be playing on the group this time, which makes the Wolverine ban even more valuable.
Yeah, they're on the defense too, so having the group being able to split the attention of 100 Thieves players as they try and move her from that ramp could allow them to find some of these picks, as well as provide some additional cover as they try and disengage, because Delana on that Storm with the Goddess boost is something that Ground Zero can't match up to currently.
Yeah, that's a huge amount of damage coming through from both a Phoenix and a fully charged Emma Frost already, because remember, you can build up that charge off of the group walls.
You can.
And when Emma's at maximum charge,
you can also
she's
have a
winning
player
basically
coach,
every
chat.
single duel you throw
You
at
can have
her.
a player
Already
coach.
Ground
That's
Zero
what
been forced to
Sentinels does.
disengage. Once
Sentinels,
Terra's gonna take up
their
towards
coach
the
is
high ground,
scrims
at
out
least do some
and
spot checking there to make sure no one's inside. It's just going to be an invisible boundary already drawn on up. There's a big disengage coming through there. That's what more of what the Storm brings to the table.
I mean, they saw that Vinny was a little bit far forward, went for the force physics to nab the Magneto in. Harvey's able to bail the Vanguard out with the regeneration domain, and Terra's
Wow,
able
they
to
killed that.
provide
They killed that ult
suppressing
real
fire to stop
fast.
Ground Zero from punishing with
Wow.
that Phoenix ultimate. So next seduction is utilized from TDK to make value off of the Eternal Bond coming on through from Melania, and 100 Thieves are just going to keep on moving all the way around that corner.
Wait, did
Where
they kill
Maddie
that
go?
Luna
Great
through her
focus
ult,
fire,
chat? That was
even
actually
through the fate
massive.
of both worlds, with damage proving too
That
much.
is
100
actually
Thieves.
massive.
And it seems like
Wow.
it's going to be a very swift take of first, unless Ground Zero really can pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Ground Zero, they do have that Groot Strangling Prison to combine with Name's ultimate, but I don't think they're even going to have the opportunity of tapping.
Wait, games
Instead,
are still
no, it's
going
just
on? This is
gonna
the
have
last
to be
match of the day,
better
yeah.
shoring up your resources and position on second. We can already see the Groot walls being put on up to make it harder for 100 Thieves to funnel into that hallway.
TTK just going to bounce away, build up towards this charge yet
Tomorrow,
again.
no.
Very
Tomorrow is what,
laissez-faire right
Saturday,
now
chat?
as they
No,
allow
the
for
last
Ground
day is
Zero
going to be
use
Sunday.
their resource to try and claim this high ground.
Can Vinny absorb Zenstari's Strangling Prison? It is a projectile, which means it can't be eaten by Meteor M, and Terra does have that Phoenix to be able to follow one up. Ground Zero are going to try and hide themselves in. There's the Strangling Prison. Just on the outside is the regeneration domain from Melania, and that's going to mean that the backline goes down.
I think the Harvey got stunned out of their own right there. Maybe from the right click of Nami. Oh, Terra, that felt personal. Directly onto their counterpart, Phoenix versus Phoenix. And well, Terra says that it's a Phoenix diff right now. Rolling forward onto the group. Metallic Bulwark comes on through him. That says too much damage as FMCL wraps around the back with the wing shurikens and connects.
It's going to be Psylocke ult for Psylocke ult, but one dance is a little bit deadlier than the other, as Delana is going to be ulting into a team who has an invisible boundary, but that is going to allow immediate focus of Vinny's ultimate to try and hit the one shot and stop it preemptively.
Harvey still has access to regeneration domain though. Is going to be using it to invest, deal with FMCL's investment of the Dance of the Butterflies. Now Duep tracks this one up. Delana, plenty of damage to be done, has already taken out Nami. Duep can't stand up to the blade
Delana,
themselves.
I feel like
it
is
might
so
be
much
better,
better
but
than yesterday.
Thousand-folded steel refuses to cede to the commands
he was
of
making
the
a lot of
Omega level
mistakes yesterday,
mutant.
but today
and now
he's
Delana
actually
is
like
running
locked
absolutely
in.
rampant in the back. A backline undefended by naught but a Groot. The Flora Colossus can't stand up to this much damage, and 100 Thieves are going to continue to roll forward.
Ground Zero are desynced as well. The Meteor and the Phoenix are a little bit too
And they're about
far
to capture
apart.
this
Terra
whole
and Vinny
phase
in the
in-
meantime, perfectly on the beat with each
With
other
3
to have
minutes?
that one, but when Ground Zero come to recontest.
TTK doing so much damage already. That's going to be an Eternal Bond coming on through. Can you avoid the incoming damage of the nice Metallic Bulwark just in time coming through from the side of Vinny. Excellent defensive prowess as Matty going to be channeling the fate of both worlds. A quick float away. Meteor M reigns
Wait,
above
wait,
it
wait, wait.
always.
Are they
Vinny
gonna
going to
see
drop
nine
it
chat? Are
on
they gonna see
down.
nine? They got the
Not on
cap.
top of
They
anything
got the cap.
right now. Nami's full on
They
down.
got the
Delana
cap.
straight down the backside. And 100 Thieves managed to grab
GZ
the
had
point
like
amidst
4 or
all
5
this.
people
In the
alive and they still
confusion,
got the
Ground
cap.
Zero forgot all about the objective.
Oh
and
my
that's going to be unforgivable.
Harvey copied Emma Frost.
Oh.
And the Psionic Seduction silence hit onto the players of Ground Zero. That was either a silver lining that occurred from a miscopy, or they were able to actually go for that perfectly and target focus down the players from Ground Zero when they were silenced. But regardless, that fight is going to be continuing on into third as 100 Thieves are pushing up so much more to find all of the stagger picks and prevent Ground Zero from finding that footing, because if they do, FMCL on that Panther is going to become a problem.
No, the bright side for Ground Zero fans is that their laner is at least punished for such audacious positioning. 100 Thieves, though, they still had themselves a dance of the butterflies.
Yeah,
FMCL
it's like that.
On this blast descent. Maybe it's going to be damage boosted.
I mean, Duap's going to be coming up to that Meteor. They might go for the 3 that we saw previously, but that did haunt them in terms of overall ultimate economy. What's it going to be for Ground Zero? Well, they're going to have to do whatever they want without a Black Panther.
The Metallic Bulwark bursts, and the remainder of 100 Thieves are there to break on through it rather quickly. Invisible boundaries drawn on up, and 100 Thieves, they're just going to call this fight already.
Yeah.
They don't want to go too much further forward. Now it's time for a re-engage.
I think it's on the top.
Delano rates around the outside. Oh my goodness, big combination right there. Harvey and Melania both going to fall on down, and Harvey loses out on their ultimate.
I mean, the good news for 100 Thieves is that Melania does have that Eternal Bond.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
They don't have to worry about a one-shot. So Zenstari combined with FMCL's ultimate, there should be enough healing to be able to come on through and keep 100 Thieves healthy on through it. As Vinny, with that Meteor is potentially also going to be able to wait for TERRA so that 100 Thieves have the bite
Bree, I think that was just a normal,
break the high ground hold that Ground Zero have.
FMCL tickling away in the back, forcing 100 Thieves down into this zone. Delana moves through the portal, and it's time for FMCL to descend with Bast. Harvey falls on down, even while the Eternal Bomb was channeled by Melania. The healing wasn't delivered in time. Nami has control of the high ground. Maddie's falling in the back. Duop trying to chase down the Psylocke, and there's no shield in the world that can stand up to the power of a Phoenix Force. Delana's there with a Sonic Slash at the end as the butterfly reigns over the god of metal. King Bob unable to get away from this one, I'm sure, blown up by the sparks of TERRA. TTK Sonic powers make sure to put an end to this. And guess what? The Flora Colossus has been moving the entire time. Arako feels the freeing call of nature all around.
I went to go talk to
Captain America
one of the
is
net
slain by TERRA, vanquished for a moment.
Employees that are taking care of us, and then 1 minute later, they already capped third point, chat. That's crazy. 100 Thieves is... This is...
Melania, so when the Strangling
100 Thieves is crazy, bro.
Eternal Bombed, dodges out of it, CC immunity, heals everybody up for 250 a second.
I feel like this might be 100 Thieves map.
With that ultimate going on off and continue gaining a momentum and foothold on the objective itself. Now we're going to be seeing the side tops come on through, and this is where it's going to be really interesting to see what exactly Ground Zero decide to go with that composition. We saw the Panther come on out to the second half of their Arako defense. It's likely going to be a starter duelist spot when they start on their attack.
Now we have to see exactly why Ground Zero picked this Mac Mox.
The dinner at the hotel closes at 9, right?
Something to prove.
Yeah, it's 8:13 right now.
Spider Islands, which seemed like one of their better maps.
So you're going to have to order.
100 Thieves won it yesterday as well, but really did seem like Ground Zero were hugely gifted at Spider Islands, and this must have had some particular source on it. Maybe it was the Black Panther, but FMCL couldn't quite deliver a carry performance, even if they were a constant harasser of the backline.
Well, there was the anticipated attack, Panther, and if we're anticipating it, I'm sure 100
Wait, you wanted fast food anyways?
See them steering as much clear as they can from some of those closer hallways. As well as getting ready to scout out where exactly FMCL is going to be rolling out from. Far right spawn doors coming on through, but TTK on that Emma Frost is going to be a little bit harder for them to be able to break out.
All right, Vinny has to be careful about being a touch too far forward here, but can always back away behind all of that cover. All of those sparks are going to start accumulating the damage. MMCL has been caught by TERRA on the approach, potentially stunned by the right click. Regeneration domain is used. Nami desperately tries to escape, just about gets out with a sliver of HP, and the remainder of that will be converted into support, into ult charge for strategists.
Well, FMCL tried one attempt of the Panther, and 100 Thieves reacted by immediately dropping Regeneration Domain and getting the pick onto the Panther. So now it's going to be the Wolverine instead. The passive going to be making it a little bit harder and punishing if 100 Thieves immediately
Who won, Envy or Rad? Envy.
To be able to live it, as well as having that team up with the Phoenix. So they have a little bit more survivability when he takes some of these fights. Unfortunately, he's not going to be taking one of the 100 Thieves players with him, as that Feral grab did not find anything but oxygen.
Yeah, the Primal Flame won't be finding any any value either, so no health stolen away, 15-second cooldown. 100 Thieves still go for a disengager. I believe Harvey's already used.
Yeah, I don't know
Golden
what's going to be
Mischief,
open
so they're going to be forced to engage on the back of this soon. Oh, was that Harvey off the map? No, they've been able to Dark Force
he didn't
cloak
get the
right
kill.
back up. The Dark Force teleportation works out. Quick grab onto the throat. The Carbon Crush tries to try and get FMCL out of here. Up goes the invisible boundary. They're trying to focus down King Bob.
I ate a
in the
lot
midst
of
of it,
soup
and
today,
indeed,
Jack.
it's gonna
Oh,
be
that's a
both
big
the
ult from
strategists who
TTK.
fall.
Big
100
ult from
Thieves, they have
TTK.
such
Nice hold so
sublime
far as
target
well.
focus.
Almost been 2 minutes after spawn. What?
From TDK just catching on to so many players from Ground Zero.
GZ does have
from that
4,
invisible
almost
boundary.
5
Ground Zero,
ults,
though,
chat.
do have
I
the
think.
Strangling Prison as
Wait,
well
I
as the
think
Meteor
100 Thieves
combined
can
with
still
that
win
Phoenix.
this.
So 100 Thieves are going to have to pay
GZ
very
only
much
has one
respect
support ult.
the ultimates that could come that way. I like
I'm
that they're
pretty sure
actually playing in these
Millennia
really
can, like,
horrible spaces
he
for
can
that
hold
Meteor
this with
M
his
to be able
ult.
to find connection.
Yeah, just making it really difficult for Duap to try and
As
get
long
some
as
value out
both
of that
teams
ultimate
match
Diana.
support
Looks
ults, I
on
think
from
it'll be
above.
really good for
FMCL might
100
be the next to
Thieves.
fall on. Down has already used their damage reduction. Nami sits above it all. Both of these Phoenixes just staring at each other from across the way already. However, has been a release of the Meteor M, so the timing isn't quite there between Nami and Duap.
Okay, all the ults are going off, chat. All the ults are going off.
Zenstari, what were they cooking? I think they were trying to get maybe
Chronix
the
for
cloak
18
and dagger, but
months.
should have faded away using the right click. A quick dark teleport away from the danger, and Delaney gets out of there too. A final stand towards the back. FMCL is going to be trying to deliver damage onto the Vanguards, and Vinny's going to be the main target of that one. Melania next to fall on down, and Nami's on the off angle. TTK is going to be right up close and personal, and Nami has to teleport away from the danger. Harvey taken off by a Force Physics push of all
Terra's out
things.
of position, though. Terra's going to die. Wait,
Great,
Terra got a pick before. Wait, Terra's not dead. And he got a fucking pick.
It's a rare one to see what happened to a Loki.
What?
Yeah, and I mean, they get a late pick as well onto Matty on that Luna, but 100 Thieves still have one person behind because
where's
they were able to find
Terra?
the pick rather than going down and getting reset. So you can actually see the chase coming on through onto Terra.
Oh,
Wait,
Terra was able
Terra's
to get the
on
support.
Matty
No
again.
shot.
Oh,
The
that's gonna be
Luna.
a lot of feeling that's going to be missing. Delane still back here as well. And this is exactly where Sarlocke wants to be. Maybe not surrounded by the enemy team though. Gets a metallic bulwark on the disengage and returns to the loving arms of those strategists. King Bob falling low, has to jump
That's something
away,
like
bring
you
up
see
the
in
invisible
ranked
boundary as well.
games.
Up to the sky goes the Meteor M, mostly uncharged for now. So instead just going to give over a little bit of chunk damage towards those Vanguards. But now with all of the healing finished, TTK's turn to strike. Up comes the Ironwood Wall to try and dodge some of the incoming damage. It's going to be a strangling prison towards the back, landing down on top of it. Not too much damage. FMCL coming up rather close with the damage reduction. And now you've got to start stopping the Flora Colossus. It's only a sharp, it's only slightly away from the goal itself. A meter stands between Ground Zero and extension of life here on Araco, and indeed they will claim it. 2.5 minutes to go.
Nice cap by
GZ. For
GZ.
comfort to Melania's Eternal Bond. If 100 Thieves had kept the Vanguard lineup a little bit longer, they would have had that ultimate to stay alive.
Damn.
But FMCL with the pick on the Wolverine, the one-sided Wolf, the Ground Zero have been able to get through the ban phase, was absolutely clutch and allows them to come through into second. 100 Thieves though now
Jay,
have
just
both
chug a
of
bottle
their
of hot
strategist
sauce, you'll be
ultimates
fine.
to survive into
No,
this next
chat,
engagement
no.
and potentially get a copy onto Matty on that Luna, who's going to have to hide away. Otherwise, they risk giving Terra 40% amp on ult.
It would be dangerous.
I think 100 Thieves can actually.
into bad positions. Terra around the back has already found FMCL. Just takes to the skies.
I think 100 Thieves can actually hold them here.
Wait,
I don't know what Terra's doing
for
now.
yet another second, but they're too far away to really
Usually
take that much
this
damage from it.
point is
Terra's
where a
ult
lot
is
of
gone.
teams
Now
get
he's gonna
full-
have an
get
unmirrored
held.
one later on. Elsewhere, it's going to be the dance of the butterflies focused in onto FMCL.
Gru, I've
Though,
always
says,
been
you know
like
what,
that,
I'll take a
brother.
free duel win and leave. But that's 100 Thieves investing.
Yeah, Ground Zero's Vanguards were too far away from the Wolverine to be able to play body block against the Psylocke, and Delena saw an opportunity to remove the last stand with play. And Duep sees a target gallery in front of him. Strangling Prison combined with Meteor M a second time, and it's just as devastating.
An unbelievable setup there from Zenstari with the Strangling Prison. The Dunkmaster gets it laid up for him by LeBron himself. Terra on the other side finds Nami. That might be the opening. They need to try and turn this one around, but Ground Zero getting great speed on the Flora Colossus right now. FMCL gets the grab onto the laner. Duep's there with the mid-air intercession. And now, how are you going to try and get away from this Magneto? FMCL stands with the last stand, tries to take Melania out of this one, and there's the follow-up. Duep is there for every single frag. The comms are great from Ground Zero right now, but Terra's going to be doing a huge amount of damage. Vinny dunks down on top of it. Maddie
Sorry,
AF
chat,
is
I'm blowing my
overwhelmed.
nose.
The damage
I saw
is
that
more than
LeBron
enough to try
James
and cut
dunk
on
down.
through. And while FMCL may still be contributing, Nami's going to find themselves surrounded by thieves and Bregons as GZ.
It's not over. It's not over. There's 40 seconds left. GZ can still come back. Remember, GC got their Doctor Strange ban, chat, so they cannot teleport. Yo, what's What's up,
and
Apex
Brook
viewer? I
in
appreciate it,
lane.
my friend.
And Grind
Welcome,
Zero
welcome.
have one
They
more
cannot
chance of being
teleport.
able
They
to
have no
push
strange.
into Arako. King Bob does have that invisible boundary, but 100 Thieves aren't going to allow them freely into the space to be able to use it. TTK with the Sonic Seduction 2 can just wait for it to come through and then have their ultimate instantly connect.
If you die, it's bad.
King Bob with invisible boundary.
You guys like my commentary? If you die, it's bad.
Avoid the incoming damage of TTK. May decide to go for FMCL instead, but decided Bulwark gets a lot of that. Oh, Zenstari already got Melania.
Wow, no, group carry, Zenstari, oh my goodness.
Heroes may well be eliminated, vanquished at the hands
Hey,
of the crew.
I just want to say, you know, I think they took my
Prisons
coaching
absolutely
into consideration.
top-notch
They said,
when it
hey,
comes
you know
to
what? If you
Zenstari.
die,
Ground
it's
Zero
bad.
have the opportunity
And
to
so
push
they didn't
further
do that.
into Arako. FMCL also the opportunity to build up that last stand and keep this momentum moving. 100 Thieves going to be trying to
Oh, you
hold
wanna
on
put
to
it in
that
here?
high ground, but they might be chased off of it. The Vanguard pressure too much for the defense to bear, and they have to drop to the low instead.
No chance to get a better time back with 100 Thieves, though, who already have 1 minute 30 in the bank. Zenstari trying to isolate the Vanguards. They move on forward, and TTK knows that is going to be broken down behind them. Yet another missed feral leap from FMCL is going to be forced to undeliver. Just about surviving long enough to stay within the dance of a butterfly. The lens is going to cancel it towards the back. In comes the Phoenix Force. They want Maddie so bad, but it's a quick dodge away. The Meteor M's not going to be delivered. Vinny ready to drive on through. TTK can't stand up to the damage, but still 100 Thieves believe that this one's winnable, or they can force out something in response for the Eternal Bond. It is going to take at least time away, as that's going to be Harvey, TERRA, and Delena combining for multiple frags. TTK is going to come.
They have to spawn hold.
Yeah,
they have to spawn hold, bro.
Position for FMCL to try and utilize that last stand. Melania having all of the confidence to invest the Eternal Bond, understanding that the Wolf might not want to commit the ultimate in case it clips into the ceiling. And now 100 Thieves. There's 2 more fights. Ground Zero. They've got the Wombo. These strangling prisons have been
this and like
absolutely
any of the water
stellar from Zenstari.
here.
Can he do it again?
Is any of the water bed?
Zenstari looking for the magic. But there's plenty of answers to try and deal with it. The Aegis, the metallic bulwark, a couple of walls in the way for now. Double Vinny, there's a lot to deal with. Here comes Nami from the top, doesn't have the ideal play right here. That's a big drag onto Vinny. Zenstari's there with the follow-up. FMCL sees the target, grabbed on.
I think.
Oh, the great intercession there coming through from
I mean,
TERRA.
even if they
Beautiful
lose this
peel
fight,
inside
I'm pretty
the
sure they
boundary.
still have
They
another
try
one.
and disengage. A quick slow means that Nami gets an easy frag off the back of that
They just
one.
can't
GZ
use
still
all their
playing
ults
on demand as
and not have any
FMCL is
ults for the last
elsewhere.
fight.
A last stand will
But
come in
GC
towards
does
the
have 2
tail
ults,
end
almost
of
3
this
ults
fight,
going
but
up.
GZ, they're in overtime.
Yeah, 100 Thieves, they're going to have to
Nah,
close the
100 Thieves will win with their ults. They almost have 4, 5. Almost have 5.
So next seduction comes on through from TTK before Ground Zero can find any ultimate economy for a win condition.
FMCL used the ultimate. I didn't see where it was. I'm not sure if they used it for a commute or something. Melania towards the back. An attempt to dunk down on top of the man. He's going to be in major danger. And King Bob's the one to fall in the midst of all of this. But still, the healing's going to be there. Matty dancing for the life of OCE. A 3-person stun comes through from TERRA. A chase down now onto the back line. A good metallic bulwark coming on through. It's always Vinny who delivers. But
there's no way they cap this, right, chat?
TTK wraps around the edge, but can the top tier kid get one over on the Thunder from down under? Moving towards the back. Yes, Zenstari, you better believe he's got yet another usage of this ultimate. The Phoenix is going to come and deliver. And the Phoenix Force is rising. Zenstari's Thorn Lash Walls lash their way through 100 Thieves.
Oh my god, I actually, okay, I cannot actually believe that. What a fucking push, bro. What a push. What a push, chat.
Oh my
you cannot hate that. That was a good fucking push.
Just give him a consolation so that we can say, yeah,
wow,
this is the reason why Ground Zero are able to push through Arako. That
wow, bro.
Insane. The strangling prison, when Ground Zero needed it the most, he was able to build it up. That was actually like a strangling prison built in under 30 seconds.
I mean, it's just a monster. An absolute monster, Mox. Not a monster mash, a monster Mox.
Ooh, sorry,
I bet if you're 100 Thieves, we're gonna be seeing some group counters come into play.
Yeah.
In a little bit. It might be time to break out the Punisher just to be able to start shredding down some of these walls.
Yeah,
wait, Delena plays really close to his monitor.
The further you get into a fight, the more broken down it becomes, the harder it is to deal with the Thorn Lash and Ironwood walls, because you're looking elsewhere, you're trying to finish off low HP targets.
Yeah.
Maybe you're down on one of your duelists, so you don't have quite as much output when it comes to the damage. damage. And, you know, Cloak and Dagger kind of useless at breaking down those walls.
Yeah.
The output is not high enough.
The only thing you can do, there is a very small finesse that you can do with the Cloak and Dagger, where with the Dagger Dome, because it's not relying on LOS, if you lodge it in the group wall, it's actually a 50% split. Half of the dome on one side, half of the dome on the other.
I'm
so
actually.
if someone's walled off, they do receive
I don't really watch a lot of the Asia or the OCE games. I feel like.
She streams, you could sub.
I feel like OCE needs to get we have more slots in here, bro. GC's actually goated.
Really playing into it. One-sided damage boost from a Storm off of that Goddess boost, and Ground Zero up, making ground on Arako's attack.
Oh, multiple stuns coming through from the Phoenix team.
They do get 4 in the last one,
though. Is available. In comes a Sentience, going to be seized, rolling forward. That's going to be a lot of space gained by Duep. And it feels like Ground Zero, their Vanguards are absolutely, they're just frying right now. They have everything they want.
I mean, they're going to soon have a Strangling Person, which is almost building at the same pace as the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, which is just absolutely insane. But goes to show exactly what Zensari is doing. TTK is trying to shut this down immediately. Out goes the Insanity, and it's just going to be Psionic Seduction to stop Ground Zero's momentum.
FMCL going to be grabbed first. Nami still going to trade out here onto the lane. It takes the off angle here, try and play from the back. Eternal Bond, attempt to kick them away from it. Maybe there could be a little bit of finesse here.
You know, this might not look like a very far push, chat, but that's actually a massive push. What a
from 100 Thieves. They return from this. It's going to be Maddie AF under the onslaught. I believe that they took down the Phoenix just in time, so healing is going to be there for a moment longer. You've got to look out for this Carbon Crush. A spinning kick into the hole of doom would not be great to see. TTK overwhelming.
Oh, did he get it? Did he get it?
Down. Overtime starts
Wait, isn't that his second ult?
100 Thieves combine their powers.
Nice. Chat, was that TTK's second ult in that fight?
2 minutes.
No, there's no way.
2 minutes 38 in the bank, coming on through for 100 Thieves. It's not impossible for Ground Zero to achieve, but it's definitely going to.
That was his second ult.
Yeah, it's this one is going to
be
a
I was about to say, there's no way he got 2 ults in like 1 minute, right?
This is a good area for it. Doctor Strange is still back.
That is wild.
Which means no portal recontest. I mean, maybe they looked into a future, saw this one coming.
Jay got a real job. Yeah, I was doing
so they can try
real job stuff.
Blockade themselves in those holes with the Groot walls, but you do risk boxing one person outside of it.
Is tomorrow the losers bracket and final? No, Sunday is the final.
Which they can use to just gain immediate momentum and then swap off of it, because 2 minutes 38 seconds on the bank. It's not like you're down to like 30 seconds, and it's just we have to commit to a composition that we're going to be starting and finishing with.
Absolutely. And also, with all of those walls to box you in, does mean TTK gets a lot of free charge on that primary fire. And when you reach 100 on Emma, that's when the real pain begins, especially for those Vanguards with the easy tracking. And if you can get in range of one of those strategists, they're not going to stand up for 2 seconds.
Well, speaking about range,
okay, chat.
Going to be something that
they have 2 minutes and 38 seconds to push this. I think they can do this.
So
but this is a very, very easy full hold, you know, map.
And very quickly sent back to spawn.
TERRA already taking quite a bit of damage here as Duet just going to be standing in the way of a floor. Colossus don't want to give away anything here for free, but TERRA's just going to be absolutely farming on this off angle. Takes quite an audacious one here.
Going up to
hot water like fast, is dragged on up, and look at this. It's overcharge all the time. TERRA taken down. Rod to Sturge strikes true from the hands of FMCL. Haven't seen a huge amount of his Winter Soldier yet, but boy, am I enthused.
And I mean, Ground Zero will be able to hold 20 seconds left, now shaved down. 100 Thieves going to be starting to build up some of their ultimates. Delena Watch is going for the Storm for that Goddess boost. Try and push Ground Zero out of this corner that they've been able to hold into, but Vinny goes down. Ground Zero have still been able to just sustain themselves in this space.
What's up, Rin?
100 Thieves might have to burn an ultimate to push them out of it.
Yeah, Vinny walked out a touch too far there, just trying to get control of the objective, and indeed it's going to be once again 100 Thieves trying to make a play for that. TERRA getting up close and personal. Might well have a couple of animation cancels in the back pocket as TTK just make sure that Zenstory has to give away this angle.
Objective's moving though. They're going to have to drop sometime.
They gotta drop into TTK potentially already. Maddie AF, that's gonna be a strangling prison, grabs in multiple players, up comes the regeneration domain, and that means that a follow-up is gonna be forthcoming here for the side of Ground Zero. Taking to the sky is TERRA. All that damage from before now going to be rewarded.
Oh, wow.
Rescue,
what? Oh, this might be GG's. This is GG's. This is GG's. This is GG's, chat. Delena popped the fuck off. No, that's GG's. I don't think they even get a teleport. They don't even get a teleport.
The Flora
They
Colossus
can't. They literally
reaches
can't.
the goal, and
What?
Ground
And they had a
Zero's choice
minute
of
and
Morocco
4
is stolen
seconds
away
remaining.
by one
Wow.
of the Thieves.
Well,
Wow.
it lasted
Dude.
1 minute 30, but unfortunately...
That would have not gone their way because when TERRA was laning with his ult, he barely lived, chat. He was like a sliver of health left. But if they actually shot that and destroyed that, I don't think they would have gotten that initial pick, and I don't think it would have snowballed the way it did. The fact that they actually got that kill is huge. TERRA opened that fight right for
Every
them.
single time they started losing some of those players and that space, it was just map over.
That was big. That was
back
big.
into the modern day, but
Good stuff.
you know,
Good stuff.
100 Thieves. They've played these games before.
Jay predicts correctly.
They
What do
were
you
at
mean
the
Jay
forefront
predicts
of the
correctly?
battle when we
I
saw
have not
when we
missed
saw TERRA be one of the premier winter
one
soldiers
today.
in the
I said
world,
CTG
sparking
was
on the other
winning.
side of the
I
Virtus
said
Pro.
OUG
In
was winning. I
times
said
long
NB was
ago
winning,
that
and I said
only the
100
old
Thieves
heads
was
will
winning.
remember.
Yeah, and I mean, Vinny
Emily and
on the
I
bit
have
as
not
well,
gotten
so
one
they,
wrong.
They know the bread and butter positions
Hey,
of
wanna
where
show
teams
chat?
with Groots like to play, the timings of the Bionic Hook lined up with the further isolation of those Groot walls coming in. And you even got
Oh
to
yeah,
see as
you
well,
want me to go
like
full
the
screen so you can show chat what?
angles that TERRA was taking on that Phoenix, trying to find the off angle, trying to make sure that if a Groot wall came through,
Okay, chat. Emily wants me to go full screen here.
players rather than just wooden wall in front of him.
Yeah.
You want to sit here?
No, it's okay.
No. Sit here for a second until the match starts.
We saw Vinny actually deliver a bunch of
You
very
can sit
important
right
help for
there.
once.
Both
I
of
feel
you
like the
shot
bubble
it.
usage from his magneto.
You sit here?
Pretty sublime. Did feed once towards the end.
No,
there,
how about you
get
put
that
on your
going.
mic and you can give commentary. Like
Oh,
you're
you give
casting-
commentary.
You're casting the unboxing.
Oh, she's touching the box. No,
Cast it.
you talk.
Okay, fine. We'll just sit there and look pretty then. You're gonna go pee again?
What do you mean again?
All right, all
Water
right,
and
all right.
everything. Well, I wanna see you open it.
Well, if you're gonna stand here and watch me open it, then you may as well make yourself useful and cast.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh, Rin's here.
TK's mom said hi to.
Oh, TTK's mom, hola. Okay, guys. So real quick, during the little ad break. Oh, TTK sister's here too. Hello, hello. Yes. So I just received a gift, and I'm really excited. It's one of the 6 flavors of Labubus. By the way, I am just learning what these things are. I still don't understand the hype, but I dig it. You know, it's cute. It's either a soy milk, lychee berry, green grape, sea salt coconut, toffee, or sesame bean Labubu. And I know that Jay has already gotten his sesame bean Labubu. I wonder if it's going to be one of the... I do. Yeah, I have your Labubu on my purse. Look, I think these things look like that character in the famous children's book Where the Wild Things Are. Okay, you cannot convince me otherwise. Packaging is really cool, though. Labubus are expensive, period. Really? So how much are these? It's a different one. It's a green grape. I love ugly little things. What do you think?
Is that why you love me?
Okay, it's cute. It's cute.
And I think like the triangle presence have been really, really good when the regeneration domains have already been up so that you can nab people out of them. But if the regeneration domain hasn't,
No, Bree said I love ugly little things, and then someone said, "Oh, makes sense why you mod for Jay." Yeah, it's Jay side. Oh. And then it comes with a little accessory. Oh, never mind. There's another. Yeah. Is that why you love Jay? Jay is big where it matters. His heart, you guys. His heart. You guys are so dirty. I know what you were thinking. Oh. It says Emily. Oh, wait, there's something else in here. Jorts. Jorts. All right, I'm gonna go put this on my green grape Labubu. It's cute. I like it.
When the match starts, go back to the match.
Okay, I'll go back to the match right now.
4 assists as well, so in my opinion, better than Speedily in every way. 63% accuracy is also kind of crazy.
I like that we got different color Labubus.
I think it would be good.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Be a very fun one to get to spectate, as we can have a look and see all of our wonderful replays. I mean, there's going to be so many strikes.
Why is TERRA mogging me? Yeah, we call him Joe Dirt.
There's the Black Panther that we talked about, FNCL just ripping on through the entire team, getting reset after reset after reset.
What color did Jay get?
Winter Soldier.
I will show you.
Unfortunately, it also came alongside the C9. We will not be judging the card today. Doesn't matter how it's looking. Delaney being able to escape that invisible boundary as well. Look at the target focus here. It's absolutely disgusting what 100 Thieves can do with the clarity of their calls.
Yeah, all this. Triangling Prison combined with Meteor, like you said, that is just the ideal layup. Ground Zero's Vanguard line, the synergy that these two have is absolutely insane.
I think the hoodies are actually a little bit different.
Had these Vanguards for as long as you have.
Jay got the sesame bean Labubu.
Vinny and TTK essentially have been
And it's funny because his Labubu has super long jorts.
Yeah.
And then transition together to PC with the remainder of Mutants.
No, maybe they're the same.
Mutants have been together for a
They
very,
might be the
very
same.
long time, showing you just like the power of
Maybe it's
synergy.
just me. I'm
Which is why
tripping.
they had a lead on
I
a lot
think
of other
mine
because back then,
is
it was
shorter.
essentially a two-horse race between Mutants and Nightmare.
It's short like my
and
king.
both of those teams had been playing together a very long time.
Hi there, Kendra. Oh, welcome and thank you so much.
Nightmare have gone through more roster permutations. For 100 Thieves, it's mostly been addition.
Have you guys had dinner yet? I'm assuming no. Yeah, we haven't had dinner yet.
And I think that was that's been a good
Usually the hotel gives us free dinner and we just go there.
supportive partner for Harvey.
Yeah, and I think as well,
But
like, having that experience
dinner
of being able
ends
to get
in about
to
20
know
minutes. I
locations.
don't
this
think
is
we'll be
something
able
else
to
that
make
sort of
it back in
gets overlooked a little
time.
bit when we're looking at Sentinels. Having essentially a coach in your roster means that if something starts going wrong,
Does
you
anyone
will
here have
critical mind being
a
able to look at it and say,
Labubu?
like, okay, maybe we should be doing this
And
instead
if
of that.
so, do you guys have
But the only time that they get
the
to the
super
coach is in the
ultra
background.
rare expensive
That's true. I mean, not only
Labubus?
do they have a coach on their roster, they have a player for their coach. Because iRemix is a professional player.
I don't know what the
All
price
from
point
NBA,
is
so there's a lot
for
of
these
depth to this
things.
roster. I just missed what the map was.
Central Park.
Thank you. Central Park is going to be the map. I was too busy yapping. Yaposaurus Rex over here.
Someday I'm gonna be able to get matching Labubus with my Labebe. Oh, I like that. I like that Labebe.
Central Park is what
Jay wants fast food in China? Frick. Wait,
Very good.
how'd you know, Ren?
Oh, it is.
Did he tell you guys that?
Which may demand another ban.
Because yeah, that's what he said. He wants fast food, which is fine. If he's gonna get fast food anywhere, I'd rather he gets it
Could be. I mean,
out of the United States.
we had to see any consequences for Harvey's Loki being saved.
Oh, there's no sound from casting. Yeah, we turned it down because we were doing a Labubu unboxing. But Jay's back, and we'll turn the volume up again.
As it can still find those picks even through strategist ultimates, as opposed to Wolverine, who finds those picks literally through strategist ultimates, because he takes you through your strategist ultimate to be able to find the elimination.
You know what else messes with a Loki that we've seen before? We've seen a little bit of Moon Knight. I mean,
Harry,
I will
are you
manifest the
telling
avatar
me-
of Khonshu. I will manifest him here and now.
Are you advocating for a Moon Knight?
I will turn this onk around.
We need a personality
I will
count
turn this
on,
unk
on
around.
Isaac. Does he have 4 now
What
instead
did I
of
miss,
3?
chat?
That's 4v1 when we get in a duel. All right, standard bans once again. The Human Torch going to be taken away. Lunar Snow is going to be exactly the same here for Ground Zero, who may well go for Protect. We have been getting a lot of value.
One-sided.
Oh,
Yeah, one-sided torch. That's going to
okay.
be an invis ban.
yep.
Yeah, that has to be an
instantly.
invis ban. One of the only times that you would prefer having an Invis woman on your team in opposed to a Cloak and Dagger is when you're running that Human Torch so you can get your team up. As 100 Thieves gonna be banning out the Loki, which I'm sure Grand
Are you gonna put yours and mine next to each other?
Given the fact that 100
Side
Thieves
by
has finally
side.
moved away from practicting
Last game of the
Loki,
series
and
right here.
indeed,
Yeah, last
Loki
game of the
can
night,
sit
chat.
there.
This is
Yeah,
no,
we're
it's
not
not
gonna
last
allow Harvey to have
game.
exactly what he
It's
wants
the
to
last
play
match.
here.
GZ
However,
could
this
still
is
turn
gonna
this
be
around and potentially
Cloak
still
and
reverse sweep.
Dagger, maybe Ultron Jeff?
It's still possible. It is a
Dagger Rocket?
possibility,
I
chat.
don't know.
I was gonna say,
Magneto's gonna be
I
protected.
don't think we're exactly Jeff believers in these two teams. Neither Envy
not many
nor
Jeff
Rad.
merchants.
As there goes the Wolverine. This time 100 Thieves are going to be banning it and then saving themselves the Ultron.
Oh, so cute.
Now does that force Ground Zero into having to
I
ban
love
out the
it.
Mantis?
I love the
They're
Emily.
going to be the man of a Cloak and Dagger.
Should have
here,
been a 3
meaning that
backwards.
It's going to be a trio
Actually,
of
no.
tertiary healers for strategists. Maybe a Rice comp with an Ultron.
Well, they've got the Torch, so the Ultron's going to be there to pocket Torch.
Yeah, maybe drop the Star-Lord.
We have seen some teams actually. One of the major complaints that a lot of teams had with Rez was that there wasn't enough damage. Sometimes since you were only rolling solo
something?
duelist Star-Lord since you had to run free strategist. So some teams actually, there was a week or so where teams actually tried to swap out and insert Human Torch.
No, I don't know how.
Over
I don't know if you can
Peter
attach
Quill,
it to
when it
mine,
came to
but
that
you can.
composition, didn't really stick
Keep it in
around,
my
but
purse?
it did do an awful lot of damage and had, well, a lot of
You
burst
can get
potential
matching
too.
purses.
All right, 2-0 now. 100 Thieves on match point. Mox here in our winners semi. The inevitable
Okay, chat,
task
let's see
of
this.
going up against Envious relies as the reward.
Oh,
as
this is a really good map for 100 Thieves, though.
Something we should mention though is that this is upper bracket, so whoever
Chat.
falls
Okay, so I
in
missed the
battle
ban,
here
so let's
will
see.
find themselves
100 Thieves
revived, even
can't
without an
play.
Warlock when it comes
Wow,
to
they
to
can't
that
play
lower
4
bracket
supports.
run,
They're going for the
as
4
100 Thieves
support
on the
strat.
attack are going to be taking, well,
Uh-oh.
you know what? You called it, Harry. Harvey's on the Jeff.
Well,
Harvey
we've seen
is
this
on
before.
the Jeff.
Harvey is.
Uh-oh,
maybe
they're
we've
running
seen
the
it a
3
little bit in
support.
North
Okay,
America,
okay,
but
this is
it
going to
was
be.
mostly Envy
Wow.
looking up at Jeff previously. Zenstari playing from the back with the Venom. Big engagement into the back. You better believe the Tendrils, Symbiote Shenanigans are brought up here by 100 Thieves to try and deal with some of this damage that's coming in. An unfortunate reload there from Nami as they attempt to take Terra out of the sky, but there's going to be that constant pocket coming through from the Ultron drone as they fly low to share out the healing with the remainder of the team.
Yeah, Ground Zero, and unfortunately not going to be able to hold 100 Thieves out of the space for long. Vinny on that Venom dives in and gets instantly hit by the Absolute Zero coming on through from the Luna, but has still been able to create the space for the rest of his team to move on forward.
Wow,
This is so
they are
much
still
damage
dominating
Ground
on that
Zero
comp.
Can't keep themselves through.
They banned
Yeah,
4
that was a
supports.
very
Oh, they're
clean
TPing, chat.
attack.
They
Of
have
course
enough time. They're
going
going to touch. They're going to touch.
Yeah, Dion's going to get the TP, but Delena's already got the ultimate. Ground Zero don't have one of their own. Nami's actually going to go over to the Star-Lord for the eye from
I think 100 Thieves
that
holds
duel,
this.
But instantly
caps
the
this.
Rage of Ultron is there. And Ground Zero, well, FMCL was the only one with an ultimate, and they're immediately picked.
All right, it's Jeff has been declared. Who dares to show themselves here? Oh, that's going to be...
Oh,
no
he
one
missed
grabbed.
the Jeff
Maybe a good
ult,
right
bro.
click coming through, at least CC immunity from the Luna. Duev's already grabbed Harvey there, who was stunned after having missed everybody.
No,
TTK
bro, that
forced
managed to
engage here. FMCL doesn't get too much off the back of their own ultimate.
Wait,
They're
they
gonna
still
move
got
up
it. They
forward
still
on the
got it.
scratch
Okay,
straight away.
okay,
It
they
was
still
messy
got
from
it.
100 Thieves, and we would
5
expect,
minutes.
but Ground Zero still
5
taking off the
minutes,
points.
chat.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bait ultimate coming on through from Harvey. Absolutely perfectly done. Forces the Luna's one way of framing out of the Itch Jeff being that Fate of Both Worlds, which means that they just wait it out. 12 seconds, and then they come back in with their ultimate, still having all of the numbers as well as that Mantis one-sided damage boost to be able to win out the fight. And now they've already been able to crest around that first corner. Terra's in position, spamming Ground Zero, and creating even more space for that convoy to keep on moving.
Oh, instant sedation there. Onto Zenstari, up in the sky. Nami laying down the damage. Question is, can they find the targets? Harvey and Delana both down. A huge amount of healing is going to be missing.
You
and
know,
the Mantis
they could
remains,
lose
and those
this
life
team
spores
fight. It's
can't
fine.
stand up
At
to
least
the
they can still manage to cap
concentrated
the point
fire
and move
of
it a little
6
bit.
angry Oceanians as Namor joins them, and that's going to be Ground Zero holding.
Wait, name
Galactic
more.
Legend
I hear name
always,
more
it feels
joins
like,
them.
manages to find that Human Torch, and it comes at an absolute perfect opportunity because Terra had Supernova. King Bob's going to have the invisible boundary to be able to live it, but Delana might just go with a Rage of Ultron and try and force it early.
You heard that too. My head is really clogged, but I thought I heard that.
How did Terra already get 2? FMCL catches him. catches it to
Wow,
another in
bro.
midair.
100
Blaney
Thieves is
there
looking
for
really
the
strong,
cleanup.
man.
Blaney is a bit of a flex, plays a good amount of dueler, so obviously it's well suited to Mantis.
100 Thieves is looking really strong.
The torch in check, even though they had full control of that space. TERRA was allowed to get away with far too much. At least they're going to have the
Wait, but he
invisible
did say
boundaries
need
with
more?
this
That's what
next
I
hit.
was.
The problem
That's
is if they
okay.
use it,
Went to
Harvey's gonna
bed
get
watching
a
you, woke
platform
up
for the
watching you.
HGF
Nice.
targeting.
Hey, welcome.
All right,
Appreciate
here
it.
comes the damage from the Rage of Ultron, forces out the invisible boundary in a place that's not really ideal to contest the objective. So it's going to keep rolling forward in favor of 100 Thieves here. Harvey's still sitting on HGF.
Yeah, they don't even need to use it.
Wait,
It's
Harvey
so
got a
far
kill?
off of the objective.
Oh,
Harvey's
my
gonna
boy-
be able
my
to
boy
pick
FMCL.
too. Now comes the HGF. Meteor Arm is going to be used to avoid it, and it's instantly struck onto the shark.
Yep,
The Shark
into
ults,
a
the Shark
twisted
gets slam
feet
dunked on.
salad,
Feels bad, man, for
unfortunately.
Shark.
Out comes the Sonic Seduction from the side of TTK. Maddie overwhelmed. Can't pop the ultimate, of course. It's going to be suppressed by the Emma Frost. A missed Carbon Crush up into the air, but all it does
they
make a
capped
little bit of
this. I think
space
they
here for
capped
TERRA
this
to
chat.
try and work with. Duop's going to be overwhelmed as the remainder of Ground Zero are washed upon by the tide of Thieves.
I think they capped this.
And Zenstar
As long as they have like
does
one or two
themselves an
people
ult,
on
but
point.
doesn't really have the HP to try and make this one work. Already uses
Oh,
this.
never mind,
Takes a bit of
portal.
time for Maddie to come on forth with the pentagram of Ferala. It's only going to be the single healer behind them. The strategist going to be rolling on through Zenstari. Oh no, he's ended up so far away. Oh, the tilt of the roof has managed to banjax him in this case, and all it has done is fed them over to 100 Thieves. A full completion of second as we move to third.
Yeah,
Wow. 100 Thieves is looking like a really strong team right now. Really strong team. All their gears are turning right now.
Fight. If they manage to find a fight win, that 3-minute can be diminished down to almost an overtime. But they need to just stop the momentum right here, right now. And first of all, they have to survive the supernova.
The Supernova's proven deadly so far when TERRA's been able to use it. Delana up in the air as well, building up towards that Rage of Ultron, uses the Imperative Fireball to give some extra cushion over to the Venom as they make their engagement. King Bob under so much pressure towards the back over here. Patty Cake exchanged, the healers going after each other. FMCL finally gets TERRA off the case, and this might be Ground Zero with a touch of, oh no, a touch of a little bit of stability. TTK, just make sure that disengage is good.
Yeah, Ground Zero fighting fire with fire. Triple strategist lines coming through from them. Rage of Ultron has been built too to be able to match wits with Delana's. As Harvey with the HGF has an environmental edge so tantalizingly close, but Duap with that Meteor M is going to be a constant thought in the back of the head that they have that to counter it. The sedation is there, and Nami comes on through with a huge Galactic Legend already catching TERRA. 100 Thieves are going to try and just disengage it. They've only lost
I just said
one.
a whole
They think it's
sentence
still
while muted.
recoverable.
Yes, if
With
whoever
five
loses
ultimates, it
this
might well be
goes
as
down
well.
to
Couple
loser
of scores
bracket.
given
It
out
doesn't.
already. TERRA coming in the back.
They
The
still have
last
another
player
chance to play.
Return to the fray. TTK now rolling on forward, and that's going to be
Sorry,
a
I
lot
was
of damage
blowing my
done
nose,
forward.
chat, my
Oh,
bad.
that's a very aggressive push here from Nami. Surely it's going to be punished. A quick stellar shift and iframe to avoid the incoming damage. Meteor M doesn't grab too much here as it's Jeff is declared once again. The allies spit, and that's going to be the Invisible Woman sent down into the briny depths below. Duap claimed elsewhere by the psychic sentience being seized. Delana floats above it all. It's a great view for Delana as they lay down the drone, lay down the healing, and lay down the damage. Maddie can't stand up to all this. TERRA finds him with a hot
How do
spot
you like your
underneath. Nami next to go on down after claiming one for themselves, and Zenstari just going to fight against the world.
Ground Zero, do you have that invisible boundary?
I'm gonna put it on mine.
100 Thieves with the Feast of the Abyss, as well as that Mantis damage boost, can still find a pick potentially through it.
It's a
TTK
double
moving
elimination
on forward,
bracket,
trying to keep
chat.
up the charge of the Emma, build up
I mean,
the
there's
Sonic
not a lot
Seduction
of-
too, to put even more pressure.
Not a lot
on
of
where this
chances,
invisible
bro.
boundary will be able to
If you
find
lose
value.
twice, you're done.
Delana playing the safe position for now. No one wants to move through that portcullis into the Church of Dracula. Nami already taken down by flames on the floor of all things. The invisible boundary will keep King Bob safe for now, but for sake of people start to get mind controlled by TTK, they're going to be in desperate trouble. FMCL plays within this for a moment. Maddie AF burned to a crisp. The permafrost
Wow,
of
yeah,
lunar
TERRA
snow is
TERRA's just
finally
locked in right
thawed
now.
out by the
TERRA,
skills of
TERRA, the whole 100 Thieves
up
team is
against
just locked
six.
fucking
The
in, bro.
symbolic resilience not enough to try and do
Delana
it.
got
Delana
to
finds the
nah.
final hits,
Delana,
and
TERRA,
Ultron,
Vinny,
his
yeah,
rage
the
is
whole
too
team
strong
is
to
just
stand
locked
up
in,
to.
chat.
100 Thieves looking so much stronger.
They
Some of
capped the
other maps,
whole
some of
point,
other
and they have
rounds, it was
46
looking a little
seconds.
bit more back and forth, but
I
100
think this
Thieves
might be a
very
GG's.
much
This
finds
actually
their
might be a
footing. The
3-0.
momentum with the Human Torch being able to push their vanguards forward and just claim up the space So that Ground Zero
What's up,
don't get a good
Surge?
angle to keep a check on TERRA and try and shred through the very fragile healing that is an
You
Ultron
ban
blocker.
4 support characters, but you leave TERRA
the Ultron
wide
blocker
open on DPS to do whatever he wants.
It goes from very mediocre
I don't know,
with the
man.
drone to very intense with the Rage of Ultron very fast.
Yeah.
Players can be practically invincible if you've got the auspices of an Ultron.
Well, you're still
I mean,
alive?
that Rage of
Yes.
Ultron, it's so speedy in terms
Yeah.
of building up as well. 100 Thieves getting one-sided Mantis too, so that they have just so much tempo that they can remove. Because Ground Zero, like, they had the opportunity, but they just didn't really want to play into the Mantis inspiration boost gameplay with that Ultron.
Yeah,
either,
I
as
think-
having that
I think
Luna
this might
with
be
the
GG
idle
chat.
Aura was just too tantalizing a prospect to put on your Star-Lord.
Yeah,
I don't think
just
they look
trying to keep
tilted.
Starlord up.
You
No,
guys
did
are
manage
saying
to
they
get
look
some stuff
tilted.
down
I
on
don't see
second,
it.
But it felt like 100 Thieves were
Are
generally
they probably
designing their
frustrated?
engagements
Yeah,
incredibly
I
well.
mean,
finishing with 46
but I don't think they're
seconds is
tilted.
a very winnable position for 100 Thieves who are looking for that 3-0.
Yeah, Ground Zero too. Against Flyer composition, you can't really play the Groot, which means that Zensari's not really getting to play the thing that we saw the Hyper Carry be on the previous round of Araka, which was so much closer in comparison. Name is gonna just be flipping on out with that Stellar Shift to get a read of 100 Thieves composition before we swap over to something else potentially, but no, the Starlord will be sticking around a little bit longer as 100 Thieves pushed all the way up, getting to utilize just the rooftop to give TERRA and Delena a little bit of terrain to hide behind.
Uh-oh. Well,
wait, this is our first pause.
To try and survive here, which is quite
Wait, this is
not
our first
ideal for your
pause.
rollout. I have to use both the Guardian Shield and the Bulwark of the Magneto to just try and keep your Ultron up in spawn. We'll have to see what has happened here to warrant a technical pause.
Yeah, some would say that the spawn doors are the best strategist in the game.
They are.
Unless it's the enemy spawn doors, in which case, if you go through them, you're picked immediately.
As Jeff has made us all more than aware, as
This guy.
Oh yeah, when
I
you're
can't.
pushing
Remix
the
is
symbiotic
looking at
surface,
himself
you get to
through his
as
phone's
defensive
reflection.
Jeff. Everyone's fighting on the very, very edges of that finish line. You hear Nami, Nami, and then all of a sudden, find yourself just getting nabbed into the spawn doors.
that is.
Imagine actually raging and breaking the
I
desk. No,
definitely have
chat.
not slammed my desk.
No one's gonna
Yeah.
rage and do that.
sorry.
Yeah, teams have tried to do it in pro play, by the way. Failed, but they've tried.
This is the happiest waiting music I've ever heard.
It's a lot more difficult for you and I to hit mocks than it is for players of this
Oh,
caliber.
God, I blow my nose again. God damn
They
it.
don't care about the size of the hitbox generally. They
Yo,
are going to be
Zomstep.
connecting
Appreciate
with it.
massive prime sub. Hold on,
Looks
chat.
like
Let me.
one of the referees is hovering
a
over
second.
ground zero at the moment, so they are likely the ones who have called for the pause on 100 Thieves' side. We're a little bit chill. TERRA showing off his catching skills. He's going to catch this. And it's gone. Catch this L, I guess.
1, 2, 3. We're not gonna go plus 3.
Nah, that's all he's got in him. All he needs is the 3-0, you know.
I mean, yeah, they are very, very close to finishing this series. We'll have to wait and see whether or not they will be able to continue in that upper bracket, or if the reverse sweep will be found by Ground Zero, as I believe we're getting ready to go back into our game.
Okay, on the FMCL cam now, it's been given a huge amount of resources to try and make this one work. Delena forced to use their Imperative Firewall to defend themselves from the element guns of Nami.
Let's see 100 Thieves as Vinny falling incredibly low. TERRA also under so much pressure. The fire really directed to the Torch's direction. The Thieves with the composition.
Wow, TERRA actually
have
has
the
like
means
a
of
very
catching
great
TERRA's
posture
health
when
bar
he's
and
like
blowing
playing
it
video
right back
games.
up
That's
to full.
crazy.
The Joyful Splash certainly doing some work in the air at the moment. It does get both the healing and the damage. And Starry tried to float away with
How
the
you
cloak of
feeling?
levitation,
I'm
but
still
TERRA's having none of
sick.
it. And now FMCL's next up on the docket.
hate being
Bring me
congested.
another, says TERRA. And indeed there is going to be another to try and play with. Double Stellar Shift invested. At range there is going to be a Guardian Shield interposed between the Human Torch and Star-Lord.
Best of
100
3.
Thieves
If it
are
was a
so
best
close
of
to
3,
the
chat, it
spawn
would
as
be
well.
over.
Ground Zero
It's
can't
2-0
really
right
risk
now.
going for a
Best of
quarter
5.
playoff of Zendari's Doctor Strange. FMCL does have the Rage of
All,
Ultron,
I think
however,
all
with
games.
that
I don't know what the
Delena's been able
tournament,
to pull that one to
finals is
mirror
gonna be
it.
though. Probably
And it
best
is
of
going
7.
to be most the Echo Chamber of the Ultrons coming on through. Who gets more value? Normally it's the side that has a Mantis damage boost.
All right, the Supernova though. This may be cause for alarm. Damage done. FMCL finally managed to make their way through the crack into the loving arms of Maddie AF. But gather around the Luna. And you're just a sacrifice to Harvey. Like
Harvey
off the side
swallowed
with this
3
one due to the nature
people.
of the Flyer and the Invisible Woman. Everyone is down, and TERRA still gets a frag towards the end of it.
Yeah, they might be able to find. Nah, he's not going to commit to overextended against that Magneto. Given
The
fact that
Jeff
Ground Zero's
chat, the
respawns are gonna be
Jeff.
right down
2
in
minutes chat,
reinforcements
2 minutes.
Behind the Magneto already, but Harvey on that Jeff with the speed bubbles is going to be back into the fight too. As we can see
2
that
minutes.
torch is floating around trying to keep Ground Zero's attention as they decide to just ignore it.
Oh
and go to
yeah,
the punch
maybe
instead.
what's happening in GG, maybe they are tilted.
Vinny
Maybe
managed
you
to
guys
eat
are
them all
right.
up with a Feast of the Abyss and then just disengages. The inspiration can make that into a one-tap. Delena
They-
caught in
they
the air
went-
there
they
by
went
a
to-
Dark Maelstrom. Release
They went
from
to
Zen
they went to
Starry.
ban
Still, it
4
seems like
support
100
characters,
Thieves
and
are
this is what they
undeterred
get. And
by the
now,
loss of one of their vanguards. Rolling forward, flame clusters impact into
Yeah,
the midst
I'm
of
having-
Ground
I'm
Zero.
having good food
And
here,
TERRA
chat.
takes an aggressive angle to try and punish
not what I'm
FMCL
saying.
for the audacity of existing in the air.
mostly
He's
just
almost
soup
got
and hot
another
tea.
supernova too. Harvey right now just providing suppressing fire onto the fire.
Yeah,
Keeping
I don't know,
Terra
man.
up,
I think
but finally
GZ is-
the
I think they're
Galactic
checked
Legend
out.
gets the torch long
It looks
enough
like
for
they're
Na'Vi
checked
to
out.
be able to capitalize, and this should be when Ground Zero finally get to move forward.
Oh, frame perfect symbiotic resilience coming through from Vinny there. Unfortunately, going to be slightly more than that to try and survive against the Rage of Ultron proffered by FMCL. And now it's going to be time to strike on back here for Delena. Wants to use the accuracy. Oh, the rebuilding of the,
Yeah,
the rebuilding
TTK?
of this could be a little bit less than ideal for the value of that ultimate.
I think
Harvey's
his-
also
I
on the
think
other
his
side,
whole
Starry
guy,
trades
like,
out elsewhere. Damage
blocked
boost
by the
proffered
building.
here by Matty as Nali moves in towards that Mantis. A sedation is given over. Quite a little trick shot coming through there from the side of Melania and towards the back.
Hey,
Box
appreciate
could be in
Flash.
desperate trouble. You can't disengage. It's just more flame tornadoes there as Duep's found out the hard way. Flame broiled. And it's a beautiful sear on the outside. I'll take my Magneto rare, thanks.
And Terra
I'll
gets
take
the
my
well
Magneto
done. Duep is a
rare,
little bit too far
thanks.
away from Media, and
What
they've got
insane
one more
comms,
good
bro.
push out of
That's
Agamotto.
that's
Combined with
insane.
Media, could be absolutely massive. We saw them do it on Vernon, but 100 Thieves are going to be expecting it for sure. Portal's going to come out all the way behind, but they
Last
turn.
fight, chat.
They
Last
know
fight,
what the
unless
swing is,
unless
and
GZ
TTK
wins.
is going to be looking for that eye of Agamotto hungrily.
Vinny tracks himself through the portal for a moment. Terra with the hot drop into
No,
the
it's
back.
GG's chat.
And that's going to
Terra.
be 2 members sent back to the
No, it's
Barbie.
GG's.
100 Thieves, they
GG's.
have
Yo,
their
Cone
winners
Mon.
finals
Mon it.
in
Appreciate
their
the massive 5
sights.
gift
So
subs, our
we need
friend
to take out the
SGGs.
last few
They won.
Oceanians.
They
And
won.
when Terra says to burn, all you can do is turn to cinders before
Wow.
his gaze. 100 Thieves steal away the series.
You know what? I'm seeing a little bit of a correlation here, Harry.
That is
When
that is
one-sided
insane.
Human Torch makes it
Oh,
for
is that
big
Boba?
bands, the team with the torch tends to
Boba's
win.
eating.
Ain't that something? I mean, every single team we interviewed before this told us
Hey,
that's the
chat.
case.
I just
And
want to
yet
say,
it keeps happening.
I just
mean,
want to
Andy even
say,
did a whole
look at
interview
that.
where they were like, yeah, they let
my
us get
predictions.
torched one-sided
My
twice,
predictions
and speedily
I
just
are
play the
all
game.
right.
He just
Emily's
gets to play the game,
predictions.
He gets to win the
She
game.
thought
Sometimes
100
it goes
Thieves
that
was going to
way.
win
Unfortunately,
3-1.
for Oceania as number 1
I got
seed,
that
it's gonna be a
right
lower
at
bracket. Their
3-0.
run is not over yet.
I got
But
this
then it
one
gets more
right
difficult
at
from here as their
3-2.
second chance is
Emily and
about
I
to be
both
the
got this
only
one
chance
right
they
at
have.
3-2
Yeah, I mean,
OUG.
Terror on the
And I
Human
think
Torch
Emily
with that
got this
amount
one
of
right
block, it
at
was just
3-2
brutal.
CTG.
The fact that 100 Thieves as well took full
Yeah.
advantage of
Look at that.
the
I
layout
predicted
of
everything
Central Park,
perfectly.
where they basically just that first
Perfectly,
initial
chat.
building, which is so funny because we haven't really seen teams aggressively hold that far up. Normally
Yeah.
it's
I
around the
predicted
first